Welcome back to the most villainous series on YouTube. In today's video, Twitch has apparently apologized to Tectone for banning him, but somehow continues being massive hypocrites. Asmongold has responded. Ludwig continues being a spineless jellyfish about anything involving Hasan. And yet another video on Idubbbz has just dropped. Already subscribe or you're stuck in an elevator with 5 Twitch mods. You're absolutely cooked, pal. Press the button. Okay, let's begin with Twitch getting exposed yet again. So quick recap if you missed the last episode. Basically, Tectone got banned on Twitch several times. One time was for calling Frogan gravitationally abundant after she said American veterans deserve PTSD.
U.S. military? Boo fucking who? I hope you get PTSD.
That was initially a 2-week ban, and he also got banned for calling Denims and Minx hoes after they called him a grapist, which was another 1-week ban.
This is Denims calling me a sexual predator on Kick.
The reason Tectone can't sue me is because he did that shit.
All the while, Hasan and his cronies face no punishment. Hasan got a slap on the wrist, 1-day ban for supporting terrorists on his day off. So apparently Twitch has apologized now.
Twitch staff reached out to me. I got an apology. They said that we didn't understand the matter fully. And they asked me, is there anything we can do to make it up to you? And trust me, you will see what will happen very soon. Because I said, okay, if you'd like to make it up for me, then you can do this. I contact 40 of my moderators and I ask them to compile something for me. They compile it. I have a massive 4.5 gigabyte folder and I say, I would like you to do this. They see it and they say, thank you for cooperating with us. We'll see what we can do.
Okay, that was like the most cryptic shit I've ever heard. I can't believe we're actually dealing with a streaming platform here. First off, what does that actually mean? We didn't understand the matter fully. I mean, it's a pretty simple matter, actually. You just don't enforce your rules fairly. How about you enforce them like it's written in the TOS and nobody would complain? We didn't understand the matter. Motherflipper's talking like they're a particle physicist. We didn't understand the matter. It's a fucking anti-gravity dark matter shit. Also, I don't know what they're trying to do with this little deal they're doing. Like, we'll make it up to you, man. Like, how? You gonna suck his dick? What the heck is even going on? I'm so curious to see what Tectone has compiled and sent to the Twitch staff. I actually asked him about it as well, and he said to wait and see. Literally edging me, bro. I'm not Dan Clancy here. Come on. Bro's out here holding the Chamber of Secrets. Here's my guess. I think he compiled every single time Hasan broke the rules and sent it to the Twitch staff. Like, maybe he sent 4 gigabytes of all of Hasan's, like, transgressions or whatever. Or he sent 4 gigabytes of gooning material to Dan Clancy, because we know there's only one thing that Dan loves more than Hasan, and that's hot girls, right? So that it all makes sense now. It is actually just a genius maneuver. Then Tectone talks about how Twitch actually wants to unban him. This might be post-nut clarity for Dan.
Can I get unbanned? They say, of course, just submit an appeal. So I submit an appeal. My appeal was then approved, but I did not get unbanned because now it's fucking Saturday and I got my appeal approved at 11:30 Friday, and they're not gonna unban me till Monday because their bans and unbans don't work on the weekends. So I get to stay banned for 2 extra fucking days because these people don't know how to do their jobs.
Yeah, that is complete bullshit once again, because Hasan was literally banned on Saturday because he takes Sundays off. So they obviously work on the weekends, and even if we didn't know this Hasan story, right, that obviously doesn't make sense if you think about it for more than 5 seconds. What if somebody streams on a Saturday and they stream themselves completely naked or committing a crime or something, do they just not get banned because the banning team is on vacation? Of course not. Dan is watching every stream, remember? He needs to keep track of his goaning file. Also, what a completely stupid excuse. Twitch is once again lying out of their teeth. Now he talks about how completely horrible the banning system actually is. Apparently, it's a 3-tier system, so there's like 3 levels. They go to the talkers, to the moderators or something. Basically, you gotta go through like crazy hoops to even get anything done.
Do you need 3 separate teams to do the job of one compartmentalized team? You do not need the talkers to get them to submit an appeal, then you can't read the appeal. Because if you're already talking to them, that's when you make the judgment of when you're gonna get appealed. And then if it's just, then you press unban. Why do we need a 3 separate tiered system to enact justice? Why is something that people's livelihoods not gonna be taken into consideration and fixed because it's the fucking weekend? You can't just have it to where if the appeal gets approved, then they're automatically unbanned? How does anybody feel comfortable streaming to this website when the entire foundation is built off of what I would call as a compliment, mental retardation?
I mean, I gotta agree, bro. Twitch is filled with complete regards. And here's my theory about the 3-tier system on Twitch. So basically, here's how it goes. The first tier is the political team, right? So first they filter, okay, did the person committing the crime, or in this case, the Twitch offense, have the same politics as me? Like, are they a terrorist supporting scumbag? If yes, please do not ban them. Please override the ban, right? Or make it, on their day off. Now, if they criticize terrorist supporters, permaban instantly, unacceptable. Then we get to the second tier. This is the gooning team. Here they evaluate, is the person who committed the Twitch offense a woman with an OnlyFans? And it's a very simple rule. If you qualify, you're not banned. And if you're a man, you're automatically banned. And then we move on to the third tier. This is the Dan Clancy tier, the gooning epidemic tier. If the person in question is an OnlyFans woman or an ASMR mommy or whatever the heck, you must cease, like you as a Twitch staffer, must cease all communications with them, because Dan will personally be taking over all chats and communications, because he actually really cares about the platform. He really wants to handle this situation himself, and he will be personally messaging these creators. Anyways, that's my theory. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Moving on to Tectone explaining why it's pretty harmful to delay unbans even for a couple days.
I want to remind you guys, at a point, I was living paycheck to paycheck off of Twitch. Before that, well, I was homeless. Right? But regardless, and broke.
The thing that people don't understand is that most content creators are people you will never see or hear about, because they likely just have no viewers or very little viewers, and they are in the process of trying to make a career, right? And when someone like them actually gets banned, they might actually lose out on their only bit of income, right? Maybe they were earning like 20 or 50 bucks that day, and now they can't afford groceries or something. And yes, there's another conversation about, oh, you shouldn't put in all your eggs in one basket. You should probably be having another job, whatever. But yeah, some people, I don't know, they're just trying to follow their dreams, And unlike the streamers and YouTubers who actually made it, they can't just take days off or brush off a ban. It's basically like a full-time job for them, and it can seriously affect their life. And a lot of people don't understand this because the perception is skewed, right? Because every creator you ever see, like every creator you watch, is the top 1% of creators, or like top 5% max. Anyways, then Tectone talks about his haters.
Punishing your viewers with 6 minutes of fucking ads every single time they boot up a stream is fucking insanity. All these dipshits online want to label me as a criminal. Are you guys noticing how in 2025, I'm getting bigger and bigger and bigger? So the lies that people tell about me have to get bigger and bigger and bigger. You want to know why that is? Because these people are horrified of people who tell the truth. Why the fuck you think they go on Asmongold so much? Because that's another and every single time I go live, every single time I get a new subscriber, it drives y'all fucking nuts. So suck my dick. You think I'm going anywhere? Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, people love discrediting people who are just trying to speak the truth. Like, obviously, people like Hasan will throw out the term slop tuber as if to, you know, just invalidate everything you ever say about him. But honestly, I think Twitch just made him way bigger by banning him. Obviously, he's doing the best he ever has. That's kind of what happens when you try to suppress someone, right? They just blow up way more, and Twitch deserves all the hate. In fact, it needs more hate. But yeah, let's move on to Asmongold's reaction.
Bans and unbans don't work on the weekends.
They're lying. Either Twitch is lying to Tectone, and they do work on Saturdays, and they're giving him the runaround, or that they scheduled his ban to be on his off day. Which one's worse?
Is there anything we can do to make it up to you?
Now we're getting into some entertainment, boys. This is a system that is designed, this is a bureaucratic system. It's badly designed. You have 3 teams to deal with the same problem? It's ridiculous. It's inefficient, yeah. With Twitch, you would be nothing but another big mouth snowflake crying for attention, and Dex, you would actually have to work for a living like the rest of us. Why haven't you got banned yet, you mac a mockery of Twitch TOS? I can see why you're upset. 2012, huh?
Wait a minute, account created April 1st. Bro was born a fool. Twitch is way too old-fashioned. Everything they do is miles behind what it should be. They're like Nintendo with 2006 graphics, right? Like, why do you have 3 teams for a ban? Why are you so bad at enforcing proper TOS? Why do you have 500 ads and still pay streamers like 50% sub money? Why can't you rewind for free? Why do you have no discoverability on your platform at all? Why are you so pathetic in every regard? I think it's going to be pretty interesting to see what happens. I'm still curious as to what Tectone sent over to the Twitch staff. I've literally never heard of something like that happen before. I don't know why they're making a deal with him. I would think they hate his guts, but maybe not. We'll see. Anyways, remember how Hasan was melting down that people were leaving Twitch or even considering going to Kick, right? Because his monopoly was being affected. Well, Tectone responded.
Dude, Hasan has not grinded for anything in his entire life. This is a guy who was handed everything in his life, as well as his career and his money, because he's a fucking Nepo baby. You don't know how to grow a fucking career. You don't. The only thing that you do is you talk about how to pander to the far left and you weaponize people by glorifying terrorism. Shut the fuck up. Stop giving out advice. You don't know shit. Okay? First of all, the right way to grow a channel is to use Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts. Then, once you have garnered your own audience and they're going to go where you tell them to go, if you send them to Kick, they will make more money than they will off Twitch. But a working man would not put all of his eggs in one basket. Obviously, you would stream on every platform, because why wouldn't you? You give them the convenience of choice, and obviously Kick will give you the most sub revenue. Your post is wrong, you don't know what you're doing, and you're upset because you know you can't stream on Kick. And thank you very much.
The Nepo baby part is definitely true. His entire family is millionaires. His uncle from the Young Turks, Cenk, literally gave him his entire career. Ironically, the guy he hates the most in this world, Destiny, helped him out a ton too. And the advice for upcoming content creators and streamers is good. Usually you want to blow up on like a short form platform. That's probably what I would do if I was starting over, because long form, oh my god, I had to make videos for 2 years straight to even break like 10 views, which is just so inefficient, right? Meanwhile, on shorts, you can get your name out there. Obviously, it's a little harder to transition back to long form, but it's so much more efficient, right? And unless you're a complete psychopath and you have 100% belief in yourself, probably don't quit your job to do YouTube or streaming. You kind of just do it on the side, and when you blow up, then you can quit or whatever, right? It's just not worth putting all your eggs in one basket and tanking your career to end up becoming someone like Frogan. Then he talks about Hasan's 7th orbiting moon, Denims. Apparently she's been talking about him a lot.
I definitely think that Denims has Tectone derangement syndrome. I think she is a very weak-minded individual that cannot get over her sexual thirst for me. And I just feel like she can't keep her name out of my mouth because she wants to be with me. And that's just pretty much it. And it sucks because, I mean, I'm already happily in a relationship and it'll never work. I understand that the heart wants what the heart wants. But Denims, I'm sorry, I will never date you. Plus, I'll be real, I would never date a chick with an OnlyFans ever again, because why would I do that when I can just pay $4.99 and get the whole thing? You know, so yeah, me personally, nah, I'm good, man. Shoot for somebody your league. Like, go date Sean DeBlack or something. You guys are perfect for each other. All right, great. Anyways, I'm just too good of a guy for you. I'm just out of your league.
I feel like Denims, along with another Hasan orbiter, would be the perfect couple. They can go on dates where they talk about killing other people. Also, the advice about OnlyFans is spot on. OnlyFans is the biggest red flag out there. No respect for your body, no respect for your partner, feeding into the disgusting, degenerate culture society has cultivated, making money off the Dan Clancy's of the world. I feel like it shows a massive lack of self-respect on the part of the girl and the guy who chooses to be with said girl. And we all know what happens when you date someone like that. We have witnessed the absolute destruction of a certain YouTuber, the very soul sucked out of him. So I'd recommend staying away. Definitely good advice there. But now let's take a quick trip to Jellyfish Fields. But anyways, let's move on to Ludwig. He talked about Asmongold moving to Kick, and he somehow did not mention Hasan once. And he kind of did this before too, where he made an entire video about the adpocalypse on Twitch, which people were blaming on Hasan, but he managed to not mention him even once, even though he was the center of the story.
All right, chat. There has been a big shakeup in the Twitch universe. Asmongold moved over to Kick. Asmongold moved over to Kick. A little bit of a stream shakeup. It's kind of a rare occasion. Wait, hold up. Everyone relax, because you guys didn't let me finish. He is multi-streaming on Kick. You guys are saying good riddance. He still streams on Twitch, to be clear. He just also streams on Kick.
Yeah, so basically his chat hates Asmongold and loves Hasan, which is pretty much what he thinks too. It's like a reflection of him. And look at his chat here. Like when Asmongold comes up, he's so grubby. Who cares? He's gross. Thank God he's a loser. The rat alarm clock goes hard on Kick. Did he get a bag? Racist man found on racist website. And the worst human you've ever imagined. Grifter goes to grifter site. Crazy. Yeah, what a wonderful audience here. The Hasan Glazers.
Building an audience on Kick also protects him if I'm going to be a little more bold here, when Asmon gets banned on Twitch again. I think he'll get banned again. It's not a crazy call. I would say in the next 2 years, there's a chance he gets banned. Not permanently, maybe a week, maybe whatever. But you know where he'll never get banned? Kick.
Dude, I can't even make out what he's actually trying to say here because he covers every single one of his words in like 500 layers of spinelessness. Also, how do you talk about this without mentioning Hasan? That's like one of the main reasons he's actually moving, because Twitch is stupid and not a reliable platform, and it's crashing and burning due to supporting Hasan, the terrorist supporter, and his goons. Then he compares Hasan to Asmongold, puts them on the same level.
Never get banned there. So if he's not banned, he can continue to live stream while he is banned and still upload to YouTube and whatnot. So I think that's why. Asmon's the GOAT. The GOAT of what? Live streaming, I don't put him top 5. If we were to go sodas consumed per day, he might get there. He has a chance. If we're going GOAT of rage baiting, we could get there. We're closer. We're closer to the GOAT. Now that I think about it, you know, Hasan and Asmon are closer than you think. 2 rage baiting champions who love sitting down with a soda.
How is Hasan anywhere close to Asmon? Hasan literally supports and platforms terrorists. Like, you can not like his takes or his politics or whatever, but putting them in the same boat is crazy. Also, why was he so offended when someone said Asmon is a GOAT of streaming? He's literally the #1 streamer. It doesn't really matter if you like him or not. He is the most popular.
If you like streaming edgier shit and you're ever worried about being banned on Twitch, you multi-stream to Kick.
Is there anything more edgy than supporting terrorists, bro?
Because what's the issue with streaming on Kick? The connotation. I think like the people who you are surrounded with. That's really the issue. There are child predators on Kick. There's probably more on Twitch, if we're being honest, just because it's a larger base. But I know what you are trying to say. Percentage-wise, yeah, maybe. Per capita, yeah, I guess. I think the only reason some streamers don't multi-stream to Kick is because they might have pushback from their audience, because the like vibe Kick has, because it has a lot of fucking insane people on it, has a lot of filth on it, has a lot of slop on it, and they don't want any pushback from their audience multi-streaming to a sus platform, even if they stand to make more money from it.
Yeah, what about Hasan on Twitch? I don't like being surrounded by terrorist supporters. Honestly, I think the connotation for Twitch is even worse now. After this whole scandal, Twitch cannot pretend to be above Kick in any way. Anyways, Willie Mac Show also made a video on Idubbbz. Let's just check out some quick highlights.
It's crazy what a little CTE or the love of a woman will do to you.
Whenever you're around Denisa, you look like an abused dog.
I just want to ask him if you've always been shitting your pants.
No.
Because since I've known you, you've always had like IBS. You've always been shitting yourself.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm not
Oh,
gonna
he's at a
spend.
cafe. Burton, has he always had IBS? Ian's just looking like a shriveled. You look like the grandma from SpongeBob. The chocolate grandma. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know what's happened to Ian. He has zero confidence. He doesn't even know how to speak for himself anymore.
Do you feel like I speak too much for you? Like in this
I don't think so. You know me better than like I think it's a weird.
Seconds right hand, Alex Wasabi.
Well, I shouldn't say it's weird. The reason Anissa does it is because typically, whatever the topic is, she's filling in the blank. Because I don't say it for myself. I think a lot of the times, you know, my head's in a different space.
You're not kind to yourself. You've never been kind to yourself, and you'll never share. Like, if you're in a room with a bunch of people and people are talking about like what they accomplish or what they've done, you'll never ever speak up about that.
Does she change her diapers too?
Oh my god, dude. I didn't actually see that full stream clip, but Idubbbz trying to justify Anissa's abuse is just crazy. Open your eyes, man. It just hurts to see at this point. And Willie put it perfectly. He's like an abused dog now. Somebody needs to save this man. I feel like, does he not have any friends who are checking up on him or something? Or maybe he pushed them all away, or maybe Anissa has been pushing them away, you know, sabotaging his relationships. It's just such a train wreck. Now we got this pretty nice recap of the whole Hasan Orbiter squad.
Jay LeRae, one of the fighters, didn't understand that this wasn't a charity event.
Those of you that don't know, I'm going to be boxing in Creator Clash 3 in Tampa, Florida this June 28th. All proceeds from this event are going to Stand Up to Cancer.
That is just not true. The proceeds are profit for the organizers. Only the Tiltify money goes to charity. What was Ian's response in his newest video? Well, it's just a miscommunication.
Now, I know some people will find it hard to believe that Anissa and I were just going to give our portion of the profit share to charity. There's nothing I could really say to, I think, convince them otherwise.
Took profit knowing that the event would fail, but if it somehow succeeded, we would donate that money anyway. You just have to trust us on that. Why not just have that in the contract? Idubbbz and Noah Sampson act like Ethan receiving human skulls in the mail is just a funny meme.
Your opinion on the skulls, and did you send them?
I thought the skulls thing was kind of humorous to hear that.
Just a death threat to a father, a family.
Was it a death threat?
Yes. The threat is motivated on your community slandering Ethan as a racist who loves genocide. The threat so obviously is you don't know who we are, but we know where you and your family live.
Hello. Is this, Child Protective Services?
This guy is also a serial doxer. He's doxing people on Twitter right now as we speak. Completely lying about her past statements, saying veterans deserved PTSD.
You can misspeak, and that is exactly what happened whenever I said the thing about the U.S. military.
Bro, you didn't misspeak. You were serious.
Base? Base?
Dude, when you put it back to back like that, you realize how many orbiting moons Hasan actually has. And that's not even half of them. I need to make like a whole list for you guys sometime. The amount of idiots that are on his side for a crumb of clout is just pathetic. We got Mr. Empathy. We got Hasan from Wish. We got Psychopathic Doxer. And we got Cheeseball Hasan. Just a bunch of actual cartoon characters. Then we flash back to Idubbbz justifying his girlfriend's OnlyFans.
You do realize there are guys out there in private right now jacking off to your girlfriend. But I guess it's out of sight, out of mind, it's not a problem.
Yeah, Ian wants to see it.
Let me have my hope, all right? I want to believe he's too intelligent for this. Intelligence has nothing to do with it, but I will say this. If you want to retain hope that I'm intelligent, this is the most intelligent thing I've probably ever done, is revealing this side of me.
Intelligence definitely has a lot to do with it. A part of intelligence is the ability to discern the qualities of people around you and to anticipate the future based on current events. If only Idubbbz knew the chain of events he would set off when he accepted Anissa starting an OnlyFans and accepted the relentless abuse from her. The absolute butterfly effect of this situation has been astronomical, and pretty much everybody warned him. Then he says that nobody is making commentary videos about Ethan because they're afraid of him.
There's been a lot of people to put out commentary videos about Ethan, and they go bye-bye.
Like who?
Like, they're like, F this. I do not want the smoke. I do not want the heat.
Bro, just name somebody.
Which videos are, I mean, do any come to mind specifically about?
I mean, I think the left or the snark, the H3 snark has like kept track of them. There was like one smaller commentary channel.
Yeah, that's what happens when you get caught in a lie. Dude, nobody's afraid of criticizing Ethan. I'd make a video on him if he did something bad. It just so happens that in this particular situation, he's much more in the right than you guys. In fact, it's definitely worse to criticize you guys because your friends literally dox people, harass people, lie about them, slander them. Ethan is just exposing the truth about you guys. Now click this video or Dan Clancy adds you to his gooning folder. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.